Good morning, good morning. I'm coming on a little later this morning, guys. I'm gonna go get myself situated and I'll be right back. See you in a second. Okay. Okay. La, 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 la. Do, do. Let's see. Good morning. Good morning, good morning. How are you? Introduce yourself. Tell me who's here this morning as I'm getting myself a little situated. Over here, over here. Good morning, hello. Quantum Dynamic 8, good morning to you. How are you? Welcome. And my favorite color, purple, a purple heart. Thank you for that. How are you? Where are you in the world? What are you up to today? Jamie, that was quick. How are you on already? That was the fastest shower in history, Jamie. Welcome, darling. How have I been? I've been so. And you're from India. Well, welcome from India. Welcome and thanks for being here. I'm glad that you're doing well, Quantum. Thank you. I've been going through a little bit of shit. Let's give it a couple minutes, see who else comes in. Jamie, no hair washing today. Gotcha, that's why it's quick and easy. Yeah, no hair washing here yet either. I haven't done anything yet this morning, as you know. Well, actually, we've done a lot this morning. Just got kicked out of your dad's house 2 days ago. Aw, fuck. I'm so sorry to hear that, Quantum. So when you said that you're good, you're not really doing good. So my heart goes out to you, man. And actually, I'm facing sort of a similar situation. I have my mom here who lives with me, and we're kind of in risk of kind of losing our place. So I fucking feel you, and my heart goes out to you, big time. We got a lot of people here this morning. There's like 45 of you guys. Hey, good morning, guys. Let me see. Let me get back to some of these messages. Hello, hey, what's my YouTube channel about? So this is my YouTube channel is about spirituality, awakening, but not in a airy fairy sort of kind of way, but in a how do we navigate the 3D world and living in our experiences today, and still be aware, be awakened, understand that things are fucked up out there, and that things need to change, and how we navigate that through our lives. I also read tarot cards. I am an energy healing facilitator. I work with plant medicines. I'm a massage therapist. I am a mental health counselor. I am all of these things. So I talk about a wide range of stuff, you guys, and so this segment that I do on my channel, I recently started, and so I kind of call it "Come as You Are," because I live in South Florida. It's early in the morning here. I just got up a little while ago. I had to take care of some things before I came on this morning. But here I am, like I just show up, like I haven't started my day. I'm still drinking my morning hot beverage. Um, just threw on my clothes that were laying on the chair, and I'm here to just share the shit. Like I feel like this is sort of like a place where people can just show up and start their days. If they have something they're dealing with, like our dear new friend Quantum, who is going through some shit that I can offer some support to and some love, some understanding. Or if I'm going through some shit and you guys can offer some support, some love and understanding. And along the way, we kind of like teach some cool little concepts. So that is what these lives are about. I am doing them almost every morning. I'm taking like maybe one day a week off from them. And they range anywhere from starting at 7 in the morning until, well, here we are at 8:30 and I'm starting. So you guys, welcome. Hello from India, Adi, Clint. Hello, good morning, Clint. Thank you. Welcome. Tab Adam, am I hippie? Yeah, I'm a little bit of a hippie. I'm a lot of things. I said I was from Florida. Quantum, sending love. We deserve better. Yeah, dude. I don't know if you're a dude or a woman. I'm sorry. Or if you identify as non-binary. Something in between. All is accepted here. But I call everybody dude or babe, just so you know. So, but thank you for sending love as well to me. And yes, we do deserve so much better. Just by our birthright, we deserve better. Like the world was not meant to be this, and our lives were not meant to be lived in the way we are living them today. And so I send love and support to everybody out there going through, because everybody is going through something right now, and it's that simple. And if you're not going through something, those are the people who can pay it forward and help out the people who are going through it, because the wheel always turns, you guys. The wheel always fucking turns, and the seasons always change, and those who are on top, sometimes become the ones on the bottom, and vice versa. And that sounded really kind of inappropriate and dirty. But you know what I'm saying? The seasons change, and those who have the power sometimes fall, and those who were the fallen sometimes rise to power. Let's put it that way. Oh my God. And at least I can laugh at myself, right? All right, let's see. Laxmi, hi, how are you? Kendall, good morning. Kenneth, God, pray, love and light. Yes, most definitely love and light. We always use our shadows to learn and grow from, but we always come back to love and light. Tab Adam. Right on, dude. What in the Tony Hawk is that? Yeah, it's me. It's Shamama Hunting Owl. It's Christine. It's me being me, sharing what I share. Good evening. If no one cares, then why are you here? I think that's so funny. Like, you're actually wasting your time to comment about you not caring. Then don't be here. Don't be here, my dear. And now you're not. Bye. Let's see. Adi at 6 p.m. in India. I'm here in Florida. Got a lot of people from India. Good morning, India. Or good evening, India, I should say. Nice tattoos. Thank you. Hey, Unicorn Dragon. Hello. Samir Yogi, that's a metal girl. I am all things. I would say I am a very well-rounded female person who moves between her very soft feminine energy and her very masculine, like tough guy energy very well. So yes, I'm a unicorn. I'm a metal girl. I am I am all things. I am all things, and I embrace all things that I am. Good evening from India. Goodbye to you, inappropriate people. Bye-bye. Quantum dynamics, she's super accurate. You've been following me for 5 years? No way. Aw, well, thank you. And thank you for saying how accurate I am, and I appreciate that. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Hello from Norway. I don't know how to say your name, but hello to Norway. Good evening. Good afternoon. I don't understand why people come on. I don't know why people waste their time, like, and my time. Like, what does being mean have to do with anything? Like, why? Why do people, why? I don't get it. I just send these people love, right? Like, love, love, love. Mwah. Love to all of the haters. Love to everybody. Thank you, Samir. Thank you. I love my tattoos too. Thank you. Clint, well, I'm about to lose my place. All right, well, I've been going through sort of a financial hardship currently. It's been for about over a year now. It's continued to get more and more difficult. I took my mom in to live with me. She was homeless. And recently, some money that I had set aside was taken away, no longer available to me, and so I'm in sort of a really tough financial situation right now, Clint. And I don't really know. Anyway, yeah, so put it that way. And I actually have been talking about this on and off since I found out about this situation, about this money that I had that is now no longer accessible. And I had some very, very beautiful, lovely people who on my live offered to help me. And of those people, one of them contacted me. And of that one person that contacted me, they never followed through with what they promised. And now I don't know why they didn't follow through. Whether they never intended to follow through in the first place, whether something has happened and they weren't able to follow through. But needless to say, and this is part of what I wanted to talk about today with you guys, but I want to go through some of the messages. I want to talk about triggers. And this is kind of going to be a fun conversation because it has to do with like guns and when somebody said I'm a metal girl, like I like guns. I am a gun girl, and that's part of my very masculine energy that I like to channel. As much as I love spirituality and the angels and meditating in nature, I also love to go and shoot at shit, you know. Not hunting. I have never hunted, and I'm not vegan, so it's not that. But I just like shooting at inanimate objects. It's a form of relaxation and therapy for me. So, but I do want to get into that, but I just want to look at some more of your comments, guys, before we talk about the triggers. And I'm also going to say, if any of you are in a position where you are able to help me, donate to me, hire me for my services that I offer. I'm not asking for handouts by any means unless you are able to do such and just gift to me. But I am like willing, like I have my services on my website. I am very, very multi-talented in what I offer in counseling and life coaching and healing services. So, you know, check out my website, you guys. It's www.shamamahuntingowl.com. Chuli tattoo question mark. How old am I? I am 55 years old. Hey Sam, I'm from South Florida. Clint, I am single. I have been single for a fucking millennia. But thank you. I am single. Quantum dynamic. Dude, you love that. Yes, definitely our birthright. Definitely our fucking birthright. Like the world was not, this is not what the world was created to be. And I don't care. I'm not talking religion. So here's one thing. I respect religion. I respect everybody's beliefs. I am not a religious person. I will speak of God. I will also speak of Mother, Father, God. I will speak of Source. I will speak of universe. I will speak of angels. I will speak of ascending masters. I believe in it all because it all comes from a center place of unconditional love. We are all one. At the end of the fucking day, we are all one. We are no different from each other. We are flesh and blood and bone, and we all hurt and we all bleed. So we need to come together in unity. And that is another reason why I am here doing what I am doing. I am trying to bring whatever love and light and things that I have going on to help other people just feel loved and supported. At the end of the day, that's what it's about. All right, Randy. John 1:8 states, if we say that we have no sin, we deceive ourselves, and the truth is not in us. We all have sin. Every fucking one of us are sinners. We're all sinners and saints. Like, that's just a fucking fact. And ain't nobody here perfect. So, what's that old saying? Those who live in glass houses shouldn't throw stones or something. We all have sin, and I don't believe sin is, and again, to me, sin is not what the Bible describes as sin. I don't follow, sin is dishonoring nature. Sin is dishonoring ourselves, dishonoring and disrespecting others. So, I don't necessarily have traditional definitions of sin, but thank you, Randy, for sharing that. The Bible says if we confess our sins, he is faithful for the righteous, yes, and just to forgive us in our sins and cleanse us. Yes, that is what the Bible says. And I believe that we all have the power, that it is our own guilt and shame for the things that we judge ourselves on, that we have done either right or wrong. That is what sin is. And the sin is created within us by dishonoring our core virtues, our core beliefs, our core whatever you want to call it, our morals, our ethics, whatever. And so I believe that the sin is to reconcile with ourselves and the universe and have a deeper understanding and accept accountability for the reasons we do things. We're rising now together. Simply sociable. So what I have inspired you to start a channel under what you were doing. Huh? Simply sociable. So what I have inspired you. I don't know who you are, Simply Sociable, but I don't know. There's a bunch of hidden stuff. What are my plans for today? To talk to you guys about some stuff, and then to honestly try to figure out my next steps moving forward, and not necessarily take I've been in survival mode with all of this. Survival mode is not the place where I create well from. The survival mode indicates fear, and fear is not the place where I can create or produce anything good from, let's say. So I am going to really connect in my faith, and my faith is very strong. I believe in myself. I believe in the universe. I believe that we do deserve so much better and so much more. And that's not to say that other people who are living in their cars and homeless don't deserve better. We all do. but I know that I will rise, and so I will spend the day figuring out what happens as my day opens up and happens. After this, I'm just looking forward to, after this, going to take my shower and getting dressed for the day. Clint, thank you. Thank you. If you are truly offering to help me, I greatly appreciate that. If you could email me directly, my email is the name of the channel, Shamama Hunting Owl @gmail.com. And I would like to connect with you then. I that would be beautiful, and I would appreciate that greatly. And again, like I said, like, I am willing to send energy healing. I am, I'm not looking for fucking charity here, guys. This is like, I'm truly looking for people who see me, who recognize, who understand the purity of all of this, and what I am here to do and share. Michael, hey Michael, how are you today? Clint, okay, I'll date you. Okay, so dating applications come with a 500-word essay, please, on how aware you are of your own shit. What is the baggage you bring? What is the shit? And accepting all accountability for who you are. No skeletons in the closet. Like, be an open fucking book. And yes, applications will be accepted in essay form through email. But thank you, Michael. Sin is not enjoying life and all it has to offer. Yes, I would mostly agree with that. However, I do believe that moderation might fall in there somewhere, because then we fall into gluttony, hedonism, things like that. So I think there is a line in all of that. But yes, but I think sin is just not honoring and respecting that which we are blessed with every fucking day. Like, if you can't wake up in the morning, and even in my situation, like, of not knowing what today or tomorrow is going to bring for my mom and I still wake up in the morning and I am grateful for the day. Like, I could be giving fucking up. I could be fucking quitting. I could be like digging a hole for myself in the backyard and not showing up. And not trying to do what I do, right? But I'm not. I'm here, and I have my faith, and if nothing else, like, I can instill faith in you guys. Will I be your wife again? I don't know you, Clint, but are you real about the 500-word essay? Well, I mean, like, it's a good icebreaker, right? It's a good way to get to know somebody off the bat, right? I don't know. My point is that currently in my situation, and being in a crisis situation, I know that I am in no frame of mind to start a new relationship with somebody, but a friendship. And to get to know you, I am always more than welcome to that. And once I am out of my crisis mode, and I can be fully human again, or feel fully like myself again, and then I will be ready for a relationship. And you never know who's around, right? So I'm always open to getting to know people that have a good heart, that are here for the right intentions, that are not gonna fucking play games and catfish. And like, I'm over broken like healing broken men. I'm over like broken relationships. Like, I'm not the same fucked up mess I used to be. So like I'm a better person. I've grown, I've healed, and And I believe that everybody is capable of overcoming their demons and their shadows. So yeah. So hey, no games here, babe. Mm. Clint, you don't like to write. We'll meet and we'll talk. Well, we'll email first. How's that? And then we'll move into having a phone conversation. And then we'll take it from there. Like, again, being a female in this day and age and meeting, again, complete strangers off the internet that you don't know is not always the wisest, safest thing to do. And discernment is always a thing. And yeah, we always have to, be safe. The world is not safe out there. And I have learned that firsthand from my life experiences. So Clint, yeah, you don't have to write an essay, but I'm definitely down to conversing and getting to know you. And for sure, man. Like that's how you have to, like, I don't think, and I talked to somebody about this the other day, actually, like, I don't think, like, we should just date people. Like, I think everybody should start with, like, hey, you seem like a cool person. Let's just go grab a cup of coffee and see, like, if like we have anything else in common or anything in common, or like it shouldn't have that expectation of it. Like I feel like comes with such an expectation attached to it. And yeah, so yeah. So I want to start like getting to know people and being friends and then having something beautiful like grow and develop. Like I'm not about that little girl who like just falls in love, and no, I want to grow in love. Do I have any other guy interested in you? Not that I'm aware of. If there is, I don't know about it. There is no one currently in my life who has said they would like a relationship with me. So yeah. Hey, Mighty V, what'd you miss? We're just shooting the shit, man. All right, so, well, thank you, Clint, and like I said, email if you are serious, if you are truly serious, email me, and I would love to connect with you and talk to you. So, all right, so rock on, and thank you. All right, so there's an interesting thing that I did want to talk about, and it is all tied into kind of like what we've prefaced or talking about earlier. And so because of my situation, like I said, asking for help is something that I've never really been good at. Okay, I've always been I had to be very strong, very independent. Even as an early child, my folks, and there's a reason why I'm sharing this. I'll get to the point, you guys. So just kind of bear with me a little bit. This is how I like to tell stories. And so as a kid, my parents always had financial problems. I remember like as early, like being a baby, my dad worked like 3 jobs. Like they always had financial problems. Money broke them up. Like stability was always at crisis in my life. Okay. So it's no wonder that I'm going to continue to replay this pattern until I heal this wound. Right. And so I was never able to go to my parents really and ask for help because they were fucking that wasn't a thing, right? So I became very independent. And so this whole lesson has taught me that I need to be vulnerable, that I need to ask for help, that there are people who love and care about me and don't even have to necessarily know me. And hang on, I gotta clear some stuff again. And so, yeah. But in asking for help, you set yourself up for people to disappoint you, right? And so, or not show up for you, right? And again, It's totally okay. These are all life lessons. And so in this experience, as I said earlier, like 3 people had earlier said, like the other day, that they would help. And then, this one person actually followed through, and then he didn't actually follow through. But what all that did was it triggered in me these wounds. This is what I want to talk about. All of this is bringing us to this core wound of trust and discussing what triggers are. And so I have on my Care Bear given no cares in their little military gear, because I'm going to use a sort of military or gun analogy, okay, to all of this. And so I want you to think of a gun, okay, an automatic gun or a semi-automatic gun, okay? And there are bullets that are required to use the gun. And the bullets are our traumas, our wounds. And now there are 5 core areas in which I don't necessarily know if all of us have all 5, but I'm going to go out there on a limb and say every single one of us has had all 5 traumas, okay? In these areas. The first being abandonment, the second being rejection, and these are not in any order. The third being betrayal, the fourth being humiliation, and the fifth being injustice. Okay? I do believe that most of us, now obviously if you are very, very young, maybe you have not been on this earth a long time and haven't experienced all of these things yet. But I would say for the most part, many of us have experienced these wounds, these experiences in our lives. And so you visualize each of these wounds, categories of wounds, as a bullet. And these bullets are then put into a clip, a magazine, into the gun. Okay, they're loaded. They are locked and loaded into the gun. Click, click, pop. That magazine is now your body. It is the incident when the bullet, the experience, the wound occurred, now being loaded into the vessel, into your body, into your programming, into your thought processes, into your emotional body, into your physical body, into your spiritual body. Now, you put the magazine into the gun. Click, click, magazine's now in the gun. Now you are fully locked and loaded and ready to go. That trauma is now part of who you are, down to a cellular level, okay? All right. Now, the next part of the gun is the trigger. Now, I'm not going to talk about the slide and all of that. Like, you guys know, like, you slide it, whatever. You load the bullet. Okay, so we walk out. Let's talk about the slide. Actually, Spirit is saying, go ahead. So we walk out into the world. We open ourselves up to the new day. So we lock and load, right? We bring that first bullet into the chamber. We go out to the day wearing our wound of the day. What will this day bring us today? This wound is there. It's exposed. And now we go to the trigger. And the trigger, what is the trigger of a gun? The trigger is the catalyst, the mechanism, the firing mechanism, the mechanism that activates that bullet and releases a reaction into the world, right? This is a trigger. Triggers are the experiences that we run into throughout our day that will activate, that will catalyze the firing of that bullet and create an explosive or a potentially explosive or damaging reaction. Triggers generally triggers do. Triggers are meant to elicit a negative reaction, a negative response, a not something that is not well thought out, not well planned, an impulse, things like that. Society is the trigger. Yes, Michael, society is a trigger. And so these triggers have been, like I said, these triggers are there because the wounds are there. Now, if you didn't have any bullets in those chambers, right, chambered, there wouldn't be a like nothing would happen. You would dry fire. Those of you who know guns, right? If it's empty, you pull the trigger, nothing happens. So if you don't have a wound that is related to rejection, which I don't know that there's a person on this fucking planet who hasn't felt rejected or abandoned in some way in their lives. But if you don't, and if you happen to be of the fortunate that don't have wounds and have healed these things and they don't affect you at all anymore, then there's nothing there to fire, right? So there's no reaction. There's nothing's going to happen. And then you have, as I just said, actually, then you have wounds that you've worked on healing, that they are wounds, they've been healed, but they're still there. That could be like a dud bullet. That could be like a bullet still there, and you don't actually know maybe if it's going to go off or not, kind of thing. But I think you guys get my point. And so now coming back to, we've laid the groundwork. My triggers have been activated, okay, because of my situation. The triggers that have come up for me are abandonment, because these people who promised to help me have completely gone ghost. That's abandoning somebody. Going silent, ghosting somebody is probably one of the cruelest things that somebody could ever do to someone else. 100%, I think it's probably one of the meanest things. If you, I believe that we all are grown up. Well, I mean, those of us who are grown ups are grown ups. And why are we going to be afraid of another person to not be honest? What is our fear? Our fear is about ourselves. And that's a whole nother thing to roll down. But I was triggered. I was very much triggered by this guy not following through with helping me. And it started to replay for me all of the stages of my wounds. First being the angry, wounded feminine who was like, how fucking dare you do that to me? That was my initial, and I didn't say any of these things. I'm talking about, this was my process, okay, of the physical human being, of awareness into the higher understanding of a situation. And this is what I try to share with you guys. So I take you from this situation that I've been, and I try to bring you full circle into understanding what we learn from these things, okay? And so I was very triggered. I was very upset. I was very hurt. I was very abandoned. I don't understand. All of these wounds came up, right? And so I sat with it and I processed through it, and I'm like, well, it's okay. I know what's happening inside my body. I know I'm physically and emotionally reacting to an old wound where I couldn't depend on people in the past, and I couldn't rely on people's word, and their words and their actions didn't follow course. And I'm replaying my entire wound over again. And when I sat with that, I was able to, the peace that washed over me was like, I don't have to replay that story again. I don't have to replay that again. I can realize what's happening here and that I'm still going to be okay. I don't know how, and I don't need to know how. In yesterday's reading, I went back to, if you watch yesterday's live, at the end of the live, I did a card reading, and the cards that came out told me everything I needed to know, which was trust walking into the unknown. Know that I believe and trust and remember that I have the support I need, that we all do. again, the reason why we show up here, to support each other, to support each other. So on top of that, all of these fears came up for me, and my fear of the worst case scenario. And for me, look, I have been through, when we all have, so I'm not playing victim here. I'm just sharing like a story again. We have all been through major trials and tribulations in our lives. We have all been subject to abuses and victimizations and horrible things in the world. We just have. And I am no stranger to that, okay? I could honestly sit here and say today, I would rather deal with my sexual abuse, my emotional abuse, my physical abuse than I prefer dealing with that than dealing with abandonment. So that says a lot. Abandonment is like a big, deep thing for me. But what I was realizing in facing this abandonment and this complete silence and this whole not follow through and dealing with the disappointment is I'm okay. I'm okay. I'm okay today. And I'm going to be okay tomorrow. And I don't have to understand it. I just have to trust and believe it. And it's because I show up into my life willing to accept accountability and willing to be like I'm not judgmental, you guys. Like, you guys share your stuff, I will share my side of my stuff. Like this is a place of acceptance. Like this is like a beautiful family that we are creating here. And I know as long as I keep showing up, as long as you guys keep showing up, we're all going to be okay. Because there are good people in this world. I'm one of them. I may have been a train wreck earlier in my life, and I had a lot of growing and healing and learning to do. But I've done it, and I'm still doing it every day. I'm actively working to make myself better. So what was super interesting about this purge, and I call this a purge, when I am releasing, when I am healing something that is deeply rooted in my inner child, like depths and darkness, I have to purge this. I have to release this. And so last night, while I was processing all of this anger and fear that was coming up, I wrote out in a fury, like a journal page, and literally like embodied all the energy and the anger and the sadness and the pain into this journal page. And then I burned it. I love burning stuff. I'm a little bit of a pyro, you guys. Does that surprise any of you? And I have this great little cauldron that I use. Like, you guys have seen it on some of the videos. I use it for my sage. And I lit this bitch on fire. And when I tell you, I have never seen, I light lots of stuff on fire. When I tell you this piece of paper just, dude, I couldn't drop it fast enough into my fucking, and it was a whole like legal size like piece of paper. It was like a whole yellow pads piece of paper. Shit, not fucking burnt. And I felt it. I felt in that igniting, I could feel the fear release. I could feel the abandonment that I felt release. I felt all the trust issues that I had been holding on to for all my life release. And so it was really cool and really beautiful. And yeah. And so this ties into a common thread, a common theme that we have been talking about, because as you guys know, my bestie Jamie, and I talk all the time, and Jamie is here. I don't know if she's still here because I know she's got to go babysit the little munchkin in a little while. But Jamie is going through a very similar experience of being triggered currently on accepting accountability for herself, having other people accept accountability for their actions. And I think that that's part of like the thing for me with like needing for people to accept accountability. That was more the theme of Jamie's thing. Like, I kind of like, the silence sucks. Not understanding why people do the things they do sucks. But and we all want people, I say I want people who can come into my world and be like, hey, I'm sorry, I was wrong. I accept accountability for what I did. And I am going to do better next time. And so Jamie was in this situation where she's been dealing with some people in her world who have been like very draining friendships that for the most part Jamie has outgrown, for the most part. Not that anything has ever happened, there has been no ill will. They're past, like, they've just like outgrown each other. They're on different paths. And Jamie takes her spiritual journey very seriously and her healing journey very, very, very seriously. And so and as we know, as we continue to do this healing work, it weeds certain people out of our lives just by this sheer nature of our paths now begin to separate. And so Jamie has been struggling, kind of, sort of, with separating these friendships and the accountability that these people lack for their own actions and interactions. And so Jamie's been struggling with this type of a thing also. And I kind of lost my whole train of thought for a second. Hang on. I need to drink a second. And so this morning, before I got on, and that's why I came on a little later today, was Jamie and I kind of processed through all of this morning, and like, how do you let people go? How do you allow people to accept responsibility for their stuff without hurting people's feelings? Can you trust yourself to be honest and authentic, and also, like, part of the process here, guys, and I know this is a tough one for me a lot of the time. Like, sometimes, because we have come to a place where we can be truthful and in our integrity, we are meant to trigger the fuck out of other people. You know, sometimes we are meant to awaken other people by speaking our truths. And so Jamie was at a place where she had to, like, decide how to lovingly, how to graciously, how to mercifully move these friendships into the place of the past. And so it's really tough, and it all comes back from a place of trusting yourself, accepting your own accountability. Like if you want good people in your world, you want healthy relationships, then the ones that aren't healthy, we need to kind of either fix or, like, detach from, lovingly detach from. Because if we keep relationships in the world that aren't giving back to us as much as we are giving, that's like the vultures flying overhead looking to pick our bones. Oh God, and what was that thing? Okay, so this morning, what was that? Okay, so the perfect example, oh my God, these friendships that Jamie was dealing with. I said, okay, Jamie, this is how I hear you describing these friendships to me. Let's pretend you're a vegan and you invite your friends over for dinner, these friends, and they know you're a vegan and you have ample amounts of vegetable and vegetarian items that these friends will eat and that you will eat, and there will be plenty of a bounty, but it is a potluck dinner, and you're asking everybody to bring something. And so you invite your friends, and your friends only bring meat. Now, you don't fucking eat meat. They brought something that is only good for them. Now you have a bounty of vegetables and fruits and whatever that you are willing to share. that you are giving to them to add to their meat, but they are giving nothing back to you. They're taking your stuff. And they didn't even bring nothing to share with you. And they fucking knew that you were a vegetarian or a vegan to start with. These are these friendships. These are these friendships, you guys, okay, that we're talking about. Look at your friendships. And this is not to say, okay, so let me just add one little caveat. This is not to say that all friendships 100% of the time are completely equal. There are times where I am in the shit and Jamie is the one that holds me up. And there are times where Jamie's in the shit and I am the one that holds her up. It isn't always 100% at every single experience and interaction. But more often than not, it all balances out at the end. And I have to say that I do believe that even still, like, I think Jamie and I's friendship is to a level where like, I think every conversation, even the ones that we start with me crying potentially and needing Jamie, we end up both getting something out of it always in the end. It's always, thank you, Jamie. It's always reciprocal. It's always an even exchange. It's always reciprocal. So even when I don't think it feels balanced, or even when, let me say, like, Jamie's helping me or doing for me, Jamie just said it. It's always an even exchange. So that's what friendship should be, guys. That's what friendship should be. Are there any other, hang on. Hey, Tavani, how are you? You didn't get the notification? Make sure you hit the little bell and click it to all notifications. I don't know why. You fucking, YouTube, you love the shirt. Thank you. Everybody's loving each other and saying hi to each other. I love that, you guys. I love that. So yeah, I don't know, you guys. What else? So these are the lessons of today. You learned about triggers. You learned about accepting accountability for the people that you choose to allow in your life, right? And if you keep pouring into these types of relationships, you're always going to be drained. You're always going to be drained. So maybe before this new moon, the new moon is on Monday, I believe, the 2nd. Maybe before the new moon, start clearing and cleansing this stuff, letting go, moving these energies out and away. Otherwise, you're going to just keep repeating these patterns. And actually, that was the other thing Jamie and I talked about. Jamie said this morning that this is something that's been happening for a while with these friendships. Like, Jamie's known that she has needed or has been being pushed toward this step that she is, going to take today, or today, tomorrow, whenever. And crap. Dude, I fucking lost it. And I don't know what the fuck I was saying. I totally blanked. Completely fucking blanked. I don't know where I was going. I was going somewhere with that. But we're going to keep repeating. Oh, that's right. Resistance. And Jamie said to me this morning on the phone, she's like, I feel like a little kid. I feel the resistance. And that's the same resistance that I was feeling yesterday to letting go of my fear of just not worrying about if this other person was going to actually follow through and help me or not. I had to let go of that fear, and I could feel my little girl inside so scared. Well, Jamie this morning was facing that fear, that same little girl resistance and fear. She didn't want to hurt anybody's feelings. She didn't want to like create conflict. Like, that was not their goal at all. And so Jamie was working on releasing this fear, this inner trauma of where did it start? So it's a beautiful journey, you guys. And it's, the pain is in the resistance. The pain is in the resistance. The pain we feel is the holding on to the things that we know. And all I've ever known is very, very unhealthy, unsupportive dynamics and relationships. And Jamie has experienced very similar things. And so this is what we're healing. We're healing these wounds. And although like Jamie's experience and my experience are not the same situations that are happening, we're healing the same fears. We're healing those abandonment and those rejection wounds. We're healing the betrayals. You know, when somebody promises to do something for you and then they don't follow through, that is a betrayal. When someone brings you in and you pour out your most vulnerable parts of yourself because you feel safe, because this person has given you the illusion of safety, and then they fucking pull the rug out from under you. Like, those are things that we have to heal and release and move through. They come up in all different ways, guys. It comes up in all different ways for all of us. So with that, you guys, I think I'm gonna get out of here. 5555 on the counter. That's 1010. Again, with the 1010, we've been getting 1010 a lot. But I think I'm gonna go, you guys. Thank you all for being here. Thank you. I love you guys. Keep doing the work. Keep fucking healing, you guys. Keep digging deep within yourselves. And again, like it helps to have somebody to share this stuff with and to talk to. So I am here to help you guys. If, you know, Jamie's big thing this morning was she had the pieces to the puzzle. She just couldn't get them in the right order. And I was able to help Jamie get them in the right order so she now can see the picture clearly. So I am here for that, you guys. Like that's beyond a healing session. That's just, you know, so yeah. So I love you. I am always here for you guys. I will hopefully see you tomorrow. We're going to keep riding this journey together and being grateful and full of love all the way. So I am sending you all, I love you, Jay. I am sending you all so much love and light, gratitude and blessings. Always, always, always beautiful souls. And we will talk again tomorrow. I love you. Mwah. Bye, everybody.